Hey guys, we're RANTGEIST.
I'm Rob.
I'm Tyler. And today we have our very first special guest.
Can you believe it? And we're gonna cook some motherfucking marshmallows.
Boom.
Boom! Marshmallows. Fuck you. And we're back. Alright guys, we got our very first guest. Please welcome all the way from like 30 minutes away, Mr. Bill. And not the same as the cartoon. Mr. Bill, come on down.
What, Bill Nye?
Bill Nye the Science Guy?
Really?
Yeah. Yes. Welcome, Bill.
Alright.
Alright. So a little bit about you. You are a ASC certified master tech.
Yes.
We actually work at the same place, but we won't mention where we work for fear of reprisal. In case we get very angry and decide to say something stupid. So, how do you feel about the marshmallow thing? It's pretty badass, right?
Yeah.
You wanna stick your finger in it?
No.
You wanna stick your dick in it?
That looks very weird.
You wanna stick your
The
dick in
purple.
it? Push dick in it.
Absolutely not.
Flame dick?
I don't know if it fit in there.
Your dick ain't that big, I'm sure. I don't fucking think so. So anyway, what are you gonna do?
No, you know.
I'm gonna start it.
You're gonna light it up fire already?
Yeah.
Alright, go. Don't fucking kill yourself. So we're trying to be safe. Wow.
Whoa.
So we're trying to be safe with this.
Shit.
It is on a ceramic plate, but it's also on a flame retardant. Really? Thing underneath. They help keep the heat so the plate doesn't crack and so things don't burn. So yes, we are being safe about this. So yes, we're gonna toast marshmallows. And no, we have no s'mores. Because it makes a fucking mess all over the fucking place. So,
Thanks.
alright, let's
Ooh,
do
that
this
is
shit.
hot.
Oh god, yeah.
That is hot.
Oh, it's hot. Look at that. I don't think I've done this in a while.
Well, not like this. I've never done it like this.
You never done it like this? My dad used to, he would have this red cabbage and he'd put it out during Christmas time when guests would come over, and he would light this big sterno, but he would put it in the cabbage and he would stick toothpicks all over the cabbage with little hot dogs on it. And you could actually make your own little hot dogs and cook them like right during Christmas. It was really fucking, it was really fucking cool. Smell that shit. Hopefully the fire alarm doesn't go off. So there's a couple of things that are bothering me that I wanted to go off about. So,
Chubby bunny.
yeah, so one of them being, let's say I work in the automotive industry. We'll just say that. And there are these people that continually come in and put cheap ass fucking tires on luxury cars. Now, I get if the car is much older, like let's say 15 years old. I totally get that. You know, even like a mid-grade, totally get that. But it's still a fucking luxury car. Okay? Hey people, let me tell you something. Your car is just as much a priority as a lot of other things in your life. If you're gonna drive a luxury car and you're gonna pretend like you have any money, please at least put a mid-grade on it. Well, you might as well just drive a fucking Corolla. Because you're gonna get about the same ride, the same gas mileage. You're gonna get really shitty wet weather traction too out of it. And it seems to be a plague of people doing this.
A plague.
It's like a plague.
A plague of people putting shitty tires on their expensive
They are. They're like, well, I want the cheapest thing possible. And then it's like, if it's like a $50, $60 tire, and they're like, look, it's like a torch. Come with me. We're going through the cave. So anyway, so yeah, it's like a fucking plague. And I've told people, listen, you may want to go a little higher in your tires. You may not want to do the cheapest thing. It will change the ride quality. Oh no, it's okay. It's a lease. Okay, and how is that relevant in any situation?
It's a status thing, I think.
The car is a
like
status
they don't care how it rides. They just want their friends to see them driving around in a BMW or a Lexus or Mercedes or whatever. And they spend $600 a month on that car and they don't have money for anything else.
Again, people pretending to have money, they don't have any fucking money.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. Even if I had a shitload of money, I'd maybe have a Lexus. But I wouldn't. Like I see customers all the time and they come in, Like that $2 million fucking Bentley I drove. Thing drove like a fucking Camry. I wasn't even remotely impressed with it. That Camry that I had rented a few months ago, I kid you not, it drove exactly the same. The only cool thing about that car was the fact that it had I think it was a V10 in it. And
Apparently it was a V12.
Was it a V12? It had this really cool quilted leather seats, which were comfortable, don't get me wrong, but that was it. There was nothing impressive about this car. Why would you spend that kind of money on a car? I'd rather give the money, not necessarily to charities, because we know all about charities and how they, pay their CEOs ridiculous bonuses before they give money. But, help people people that need it, stuff like that. I don't know. But we both work in an area where there's a lot of elite
Posers?
and a lot of one percenters. Yeah, that's not working. That's gonna fall off.
Blow. There you go.
That's not appropriate. You can't blow. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So my other thing is, I've actually calmed down about the luxury tire thing. But, it's an everyday occurrence. It just annoys me.
It's every day.
It's every day. But, so, I have this particular customer that came in, and he was one of those feel bad for me, have sympathy for me, I'm in a bad situation, but yet he pays a mortgage of $7,000 a month, and yeah. Yeah. And I'm a veteran, blah, 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 blah. You should help me out because I'm a veteran. That's what he said to me. So I'm like, I said to him, I said, sir, with all due respect, I will help you because you're a human being, not because you're a veteran. I said, I treat everyone with respect. Everyone is important to me. And unfortunately, you being a veteran has no resonance with me whatsoever. And it's not, and please don't get me wrong, it's not that I don't appreciate my veterans and what they do for the country. I have friends that are former veterans, or former military, I have friends in the military, my ex-brother-in-law is in the military. But to use that as an excuse because you want something cheaper and to beg for it, and then continue to ask for discounts on top of that, and that you're driving around in a $75,000 car, and it's obvious that he has money. The watch alone that he was wearing was at least $8,000. At least $8,000. If you're that hard up for fucking money, why aren't you selling your $8,000 watch?
I don't know if it's...
And that wasn't even what bothered me the most. What bothered me the most is when that sucks. What bothered me the most is then he started talking religious stuff. And you know me,
This is the same person.
This is the same person. He started talking about religious scriptures in the middle of the fucking lobby. Like out loud. Like reciting them. And two other of the customers were so fucking uncomfortable with it. But they were too nice to fucking say anything. And then he wanted to have a religious discussion with me. What wrong thing to do. And I told him, I said, listen, with all due respect, I'd really rather maintain professionalism. I really don't feel that's the right topic to discuss. He kept pushing. Until finally I turned around and I said, listen. He said, well, I have questions for you. I said, sir, I don't want to answer them. So it's not, that isn't what upset me. What upset me is that he started talking scripture out loud to the other customers in the lobby. And then he wanted to get all religious. I don't have a problem with people having religion of any kind. If it brings you solace, then that's cool. But don't force it on other people. And don't continually force it on the salesperson either. You know what I mean? When someone tells you multiple times, sir, I don't feel that that's professional for me to discuss. I'd rather keep it professional and respectful. And then he keeps pushing me. Excuse me. So it got to the point where it was so annoying. And then when he left for a little while, all the customers were like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Are you fucking kidding me right now? And I can't say a goddamn word to him. That's what gets me. You know, if this was like 20 years ago, you could be like, sir, can you not? Can you not? You know, now, somebody sneezes wrong and they start suing you.
I think it was the same 20 years ago. The thing is, like, I mean, with veterans, I don't care if they're rich or homeless, because a lot of them are homeless. To me, like, most of them aren't assholes about, like, oh, I need my discount because I'm a veteran.
Right.
But at the same time, they deserve that because
Absolutely.
You know, we need them. They keep us safe.
Oh.
You know.
Absolutely. No, they do deserve it. They bust their ass. They protect us. They protect the country.
But most of them are very humble about that too.
Yeah, almost all of them are. But when you use it,
I don't think I've ever seen one make a big deal out of a discount.
This guy would have pissed you off because it offended me as an American. Really, dude, you're gonna use that to your advantage? Like I don't know if he was actually in the military or not. I have no idea.
Yeah.
He didn't show me anything. You know, he can make up anything and pretend to be in the military.
How deformed is this?
Oh.
This marshmallow gun.
What did you do to it?
I don't know.
It's nice. Look.
He's keeping it too high.
You see?
Because I don't like them all
Inside melts.
charred like that.
I think religion should only be spoken with your family and friends if they want to speak about it.
Well, part of Christianity and Islam. I'm not sure about Judaism
Well, there's
or
only
the others, but as far as those, part of it is to spread God's word, and so to them, you know, to you or to some of the customers or to other people, you know, it might be this guy's ranting, it's annoying, we don't want to hear it, whatever. But to him and a lot of people like him, like that's what they're supposed to do. That's
What if you say no, thank you?
yeah, they should though. They should respect people. Not everybody wants to hear that, or you know, you're in a tire shop. It's not the right place for it, probably. But
Well, I don't think his situation was apparently one of those. I was hard up in life, and I was hitting rock bottom, and I found God, and now all of a sudden, blah 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 blah, I've been saved. You know what I mean?
You want a discount on tires.
Pretty much. Pretty much. And, you know, I can't tell you how many times he reiterated it over and over again to get a discount. It's so much to the point where I didn't believe him that he was in the military. Honestly. I mean, if you gotta fucking say it that many times and prove it, most veterans that I have that come in, if they do ask for it, it's usually at the end of the sale, and they don't even mention that they've ever even been in the military. Like he said, they're very humble. This guy, right off the bat, I think he was just using it to get a fucking discount because he's a cheap ass. Kind of like the luxury car with the cheap tires kind of thing.
Can you ask for their ID?
Yes.
Or anything like that?
Yes. But I was going to help him regardless. I was there late and I had said to him, well, listen, man, you're a human being. We all need to help each other out. I said, if we don't help each other out, no one else will. So, you know, from one human to another, if you're in a bad situation, let me do what I can for you. You know, you're my customer too. And that's the way I approach everything with everybody. You know, I don't care if you're Christian or black or gay or transsexual or, you know, the Pope. If you need help, I'm going to help you. Everyone's the same to me. It doesn't matter. So you saying, well, I was this and I was this and I did this in my life and
Just
look at how important I am. You know, that doesn't resonate with me. I don't give a shit. You know, I don't care if you drive a $75,000 car or you drive a $10,000 car. It doesn't fucking matter. Period. We're all human. We're all going to die. So all that, look what I have, shit, it don't matter. You're going to take it with you. Who gives a fuck? Mind fucking blown. I'm already done with these marshmallows.
Yeah, I'm done.
I don't think. I think we have to. think we have to put the covers over them.
The covers that have more jelly on them?
Yeah, the covers that are over there. Well, we have to extinguish
Hold on,
it.
Let's extinguish it.
That's not gonna extinguish it. But if you catch the house on fire, What the fuck? You're scaring. You're scaring me. Oh my god.
It's fine.
It's fine. Go get the
Just
thing.
cover it with marshmallows. That'll
I was
stop it.
thinking that.
I don't think though. I wouldn't pour anything in it. Oh Jesus Christ.
It's not gonna be hot.
I feel like those are probably gonna ignite.
No, they won't. Because it extinguished the oxygen will extinguish it out.
Fuck that shit. It's hot.
We could always get water to extinguish it out.
Use the stick. Push it down.
Whoa! Ah, it's hot.
Oh no, it caught.
Oh my
This
god.
is a disaster.
This is a great idea.
Hey, camera guy, can you go get some water out of the fridge? Or a cup of water or something?
Indoor marshmallows.
Kids, don't try this at home because this is our. We have marshmallows on fire.
They're fine. Just keep.
Oh my god. And maybe a towel. Holy shit. We're gonna burn down the fucking house. I'm trying to be safe about this.
That was pretty awesome.
That was fucking popped right off. Holy shit. Oh! What the fucking fuck? Oh, you know there's somebody watching this saying, well, you know, the gaseous material in there, plus this.
Fucking
Fuck the
science.
gas.
Fucking science.
Oh, we have liquid right here.
Yeah, but I don't know what that's gonna do.
I mean,
How many can we fit?
It's good.
How many can we fit in our mouth?
No, are you doing Chubby Bunny?
Let's do chubby bunny.
yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Oh yeah.
You go ahead.
Well, I think I can get her. Thanks, Chris. That's Chris, Bill's brother.
You're welcome.
You'll see it in the video. Wait,
Spit it out, please.
did you see the lip pop? It was awesome.
Fuck you, man.
It was awesome.
I heard him explode and then y'all scream like little girls.
It went up in the air, like
It's
really
pretty
high.
fucking awesome.
It was all, hi, baby.
Just move that
Hi, honey.
out of the way.
Come to Dahlia. Come on, baby girl.
That was pretty fucking awesome.
That was awesome. So, you've been watching a lot of weird fucking videos, I
Good
think.
stuff.
Because you keep sending me weird, even though you don't watch my
Yeah.
fucking videos.
I watch your videos.
You fucking watch shit.
I watch pretty much whatever pops up on my.
It sends you down a rabbit hole, man.
It does. It really does.
What kind of videos do you watch?
A lot of things about, like, I've been doing a lot of stuff about World War II and, like, cop fails. Like, people that actually know the law, and, like, cops that turn around and try to bend the law and do what they want to do because they have a God complex. All right, let's just say also, let's get this out of the way, that the percentage of bad cops out there are less than 1%. It's probably less
Yeah.
than 0.5%.
I don't think it's that many.
No, probably not even that many. But,
Crooked.
you know, of course everybody's gonna, you know, bitch and whine about the police. Oh, they're hurting me.
Well, I mean, it's just a job, you know? Like, I'm a mechanic. The majority of mechanics are decent and honest and
Yeah.
want to help people out. But there's a few that,
It's the bad apple in a bunch.
you know, they want to screw people over. You tell them they need stuff they don't, and they overcharge them and stuff like that. And cops are the same way. It's just another profession.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna have some bad ones. I don't think there's very many.
No. I don't think cops make it off, personally. Cops and teachers. I think.
I make more, you know, turning wrenches than cops do getting shot at
Yeah.
every day potentially.
I mean, they literally put their life in
That's
danger.
it's not right.
No, it's not right. I think they should make at least minimum of 80 grand a year. Granted, that would destroy any county or city's budget. But look what they're doing. Any
But we don't need like congressmen and senators and whatever else making hundreds of $1,000s a year. You know?
No, absolutely not.
Take it out of there.
Absolutely not. And why do they?
I'd rather pay a cop more and a congressman less.
Yeah, a lot of them are making like 300 grand a year, and they're still making like 150 to 200,000 a year, even when they retire.
And that's just their salary. That's not all the money they make outside of that.
Oh yeah, let's just
You
say with
know,
sports people
from kickbacks
and everything else.
and
Yeah,
like
athletes.
lobbyists.
Nah.
Lobbyists.
Yeah, and all the people that give money to their, whatever they're doing at the time. I can't think at the moment at all.
Was that marshmallow pop?
I think it was the marshmallow. That thing exploded. I can't believe it.
Ooh.
What is that? Oh, look at that. I was wondering what that was. Yeah, so we had a big fucking mess with that shit.
It was pretty awesome.
Did it hit the ceiling?
It was close.
No.
It went up here.
That would have been amazing if it got stuck up there.
When we watch it later, we'll be able to see whether or not what's going on.
I was a little spooked. I'm not gonna lie.
You just hear it.
Wait,
Did you pee yourself?
a little bit.
Did you? Was it like a full stream,
No.
or was it like a little tinkle?
Dribble.
More dribble.
A little dribble? Does it like go down your legs?
You're nasty. You're nasty!
You're fucking nasty. So the other one, what was the other one you were watching?
I've been watching a lot lately on ancient human civilization.
Oh, don't
like
get me started up again on these pyramids!
Before Samaria and
Pyramids.
Egypt and all the first
Are
original.
you talking like Mayan? What are we talking?
We're talking about all of them.
ones that we don't even know about because they're so old and the only thing-
They're digging up buildings and stuff that are so old that they're blown away.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking about 8,000-10,000 years old. I'm talking about before Sumeria, before the Mayans, before all of them.
We got one in Turkey.
Yeah,
The one in Turkey that's I think they said 10 or 12,000 years old.
yeah, insane.
And it was intentionally buried.
Yeah.
And they haven't even unearthed it all yet. They've
Was it a
dug out
building?
10% of it or something.
They-
No, it was
Are you saying they buried a civilization?
Yeah, city.
I don't know if it's it's weird. It's not like a city. There's not houses. It's kind of like Stonehenge or something. Like where it's just stone carvings and these big, huge blocks and columns and stuff, and they've got animals
So they're
carved
hiding
into
their
them
shit.
and all kinds of stuff. And yeah, basically this farmer, I guess, was tilling this field, and he hit this big rock. And so, okay, he started to dig it up to get rid of it, and it's part of this massive monolith. And so they dug it all up, and it's these big columns and blocks and stuff, and they've got all these animals carved into them,
and that begs the question of how many other, whether or not civilizations, buildings, religious monuments, whatever, obelisks, are also buried that we haven't even found remotely.
Mm-hmm.
Have they even done a seismic radar for underneath Stonehenge to see if there's anything under there? Because I've never heard anything about it.
If they did, we don't know about it.
Well, they probably.
Well, the Easter Island heads aren't just heads.
No.
They're, I think, at least a torso.
You don't think there's full body?
No, there is.
No,
Under
there
the
is.
ground, there's
there
more.
is?
Yeah.
A
The
lot
heads
more.
are what you see, but the body is underground. I don't think it's a full body. I don't think they have legs or anything.
No.
I think it's just like a torso.
I mean, there's probably a lot
It's like a
more
bust.
underneath there, but it's also on a cliff.
Yeah.
If they start digging or blowing or whatever, there's a very good chance that the whole cliff is
It's all
going.
just gonna tumble into the ocean.
Yeah, and then they lose everything. But they still have the sound wave. Is it seismic radar?
I think that's how they know it's down there.
Yeah, but literally almost maps it down there, the shapes and everything like that. So
Like a dolphin.
like a dolphin, yeah. What was it? Wasn't they did that
That was
movie?
my dolphin sound.
Prometheus. Except they had the
The little droid.
yeah, it was like a little droid. Then it went literally with the laser and mapped. Scanned the whole fucking thing, and they knew everything that was in there. Doors, hallways, everything. That's what we need. A fucking droid.
Well, the thing is,
Do what?
Sonar.
Sonar. Yeah, thank you.
Wow. That's a fat dolphin.
What are you saying? I'm a fat dolphin?
Yeah.
Fuck you! I'm your fat dolphin.
he's a big gay shark at work.
Put that in your mouth.
He's coming for you like a big gay shark.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. That shit's good. There you go. There you go. What? You want to mark? Really?
And then you don't even catch
This
it.
is like 30-second roll.
Mm-mm.
I put my butt on that floor.
In that case,
The dogs went there on the floor.
So let's talk about Bill.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Solo. We can't do that yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
He hasn't seen Solo yet.
I'm a terrible Star Wars fan.
He hasn't seen Solo yet.
That's all we'll say.
It was phenomenal.
It was awesome.
It was absolutely amazing. And
There's
there's that.
videos for that pop up on my thing. I
Be
haven't
careful.
watched them because I don't want to
Well,
spoil
Deadpool
anything,
2.
but
That
it
was awesome.
kind of looks like people aren't happy about it.
I haven't seen anybody not happy about it, but
It's incredible.
it's the end thing.
Oof.
But I can't see. I
A
can't.
scene that was never
Let me see if it's
discussed.
still on
Nothing.
there.
I don't know how they kept that a secret.
No one leaked anything about it.
No, I literally almost jumped out of my chair.
It's a little jaw dropping.
So I can't discuss it yet because there's a lot of people that haven't seen it. And I don't want to do the spoiler thing, and he hasn't seen it. I mean, I could tell him if he wanted to. No, shake your head, no.
Yeah, see, this is the kind of thing that just pops up that I watch.
Yeah. I'll tell you
And
what.
then, I just have random stuff in here. Dustless blasting.
What?
Dustless blasting.
Ooh,
What
car
the
stuff. How exciting.
Yeah.
What the? You do some weird random shit
I
that
do.
you're watching.
Look, hornets' nests.
What?
I've seen
Murdering lobsters?
Yep, just some weird stuff.
Women
The worst VR games on Steam.
Aw.
cosplaying of half-naked women. A big
Yeah.
fat woman.
And of course, the ones that were on here earlier that I was talking about, I wanted to show you, aren't on here. But it was about people being mad at Kathleen Kennedy.
Everybody's mad at Kathleen Kennedy. You got also have to consider that she's kind of like the president of the United States. Only she's the president. Good job, JoJo. She's like the president of the United States. Her strings are pulled too by Disney. Disney. The only thing Disney is concerned with is making money. Period. Nothing else. They don't give a fuck about Star Wars. They don't give a fuck about the fans. The only thing they care about is making money. Where Kathleen Kennedy, regardless of what everybody says, actually gives a shit. You know what I mean? She's been there almost since day one with George Lucas on all the Star Wars movies. Why wouldn't she give a shit?
Right.
She's already rich as fuck. And she's keeping Lucasfilm alive. Apparently, George Lucas didn't say anything after he saw Solo. So a lot of people saying, oh, his silence says it all. He's not happy with it, blah, blah, blah. Or maybe he just didn't feel like being interviewed.
No.
Regardless, in order to... He's still getting ridiculous residuals. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't he want these movies to succeed?
No.
You know what I mean? So he's not going to be like, yeah, that movie sucked ass. This is the worst thing they've ever done. Fire Kathleen Kennedy. I made a big mistake putting her in charge. Yeah, fuck you. Where's the Boba Fett movie? It just doesn't make any fucking sense. Of course he's going to say, yeah. Like, all right, when they interview actors and they're like, how was it to work with so-and-so? Have you ever heard one actor go, dude, he's a fucking prick.
No.
He treats me like I was a piece of shit. But just once I want to hear that. I fucking hate this movie. I don't even know why I signed on to do this movie. It's a good thing I got paid $3 million to do it. Just once I want to fucking hear that. So they're going to say positive things no matter what. But that's why Kathleen Kennedy leaves like Pablo Hidalgo and Dave Filoni to do a lot of the harder stuff because they're like the archivists of Lucasfilm.
Harrison Ford kind of said that. He was on one of those shows and he sort of said he did it for the money. But he wanted to be killed off.
Yeah, he did it for
I
the
think
money.
He said that.
He did it for the money, but he also
He's
did
kind
it.
of honest.
But he also did it because he knew the fans wanted to see the Trinity again. Carrie Fisher.
No more.
Um,
Now it's the 180. Just one.
So-
Well, I mean, not even.
Yeah, we don't even know.
We'll see.
Might be going to.
We had
We're not gonna get into that.
we had a
today.
whole discussion. What was it, like 2 hours on what the fuck happened between
I heard.
Luke
that.
and Snoke? Just everything.
no, let's get into it.
Let's not.
Let's get into it.
We don't have enough time for that.
We have all the fucking time in the world for Star Wars.
Yes, we have an entire 60 more minutes.
We can do whatever the fuck. 3 hours.
We
I don't
said
give
we
a shit.
weren't gonna do Star Wars.
Oh, that's right.
Episode.
Too late.
We said that. We,
At least it wasn't.
I
It
think
wasn't
a lot
in
of time on
depth.
Star
It
Wars.
wasn't in depth.
yeah.
Because we could get in depth.
Star Wars deserves its own episode.
That's what I'm saying.
You just Star Wars.
Yeah. Just an episode that's just Star Wars stuff.
I pick up for the drunk episode.
If these people could see your house, the rest of it, this is not even the tip of the iceberg. This is like
That's what
a
I.
snowflake on top of Mount Everest of Star Wars shit that you have in your house.
We could maybe do like a house tour.
No.
Sure, we can.
No. We don't want that.
Yeah.
No.
Let's show
No, I'd like to have some anonymity. A little.
Are you a fish? Anonymity.
Well, it's not like we're popular or anything.
Anonymity.
It's only the second episode we've ever done.
Anonymity.
What? What? I know. Tali, what you doing? Cha-cha.
Alright. No Star Wars talk.
Alright, fine, we won't talk about Star Wars.
But we could. But let's not.
That's what's on the tip of my tongue, and now I want to talk about Star Wars.
Reset.
I can't reset.
You had things.
I already did my things. It was the religious guy that pissed me off. The ones that shoved his shit down my throat.
Oh.
It was not sexy.
Oh.
What was it? We were...
There's a Christianity and what else? There's like 3 religions in total that shove their shit down other people's throats.
All of them looking.
No. No. How many Wiccans come to your door?
I wish.
Fucking commie Wiccans. Fucking, look at me, I love the trees, the flowers, the energy, but put some salt around me because you can't get me, woo!
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
You're a fucking white Wiccan.
I wish someone would do that.
And then you get Satanists, it's like, the devil! Oh, but it has nothing to do with the devil! But I'm gonna have orgies! You know, come on.
Sounds like Christianity.
Honestly, if you look up the word cult in the dictionary, it literally describes every religion. Seriously. Actually, you know
A
what?
gathering of
Oh yeah.
followers.
Oh yeah?
He's tempted.
Do it, Chris. Do it. I'm looking up the definition of
Cold.
cult. That's fine if you don't want to do it.
And thy secret will be revealed to all.
What?
It won't be as special.
No, well, you know. Okay. So,
He's saving it for his special guest appearance.
a system of religious veneration and devotion directed toward a particular figure or object. That is the actual definition.
Not really, no, because that's directed towards a figure or object. And I mean, it's usually like, you know, somebody that's alive.
A relatively small group of people having religious beliefs or practices regarded by others as strange or sinister. A network of Satan worshipping cults.
What about
A
God worshiping cults? You could say the
same
same
thing. A misplaced or excessive admiration for a particular person or thing. Like when they say, like, it's a cult movie. Like an old school movie. Like
Yeah,
the
cult classic.
Right. The original Blade Runner or something like that. But that first definition is pretty much the definition of every religion there is. So technically all religions are a cult. Period. How is it not? Share.
No, when I think of cult, I think of
Change
you know,
my mind.
I think of like one random crazy dude that gets all these people to follow him and drink
Like the one
fucking
dude.
poison
Like Jesus.
Kool-Aid and
The one with the
Like Jesus!
the Kool-Aid sleepy night.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Kool-Aid thing. Sleepy 99 forever.
Oh, you know, they go like kill a bunch of people for no reason.
No. But it's still.
To me, that's what I think of. When
Speaking of
I think about
the making the first purge.
Oh my god. They had.
The first purge.
Yeah,
is
well,
the new
yeah.
movie coming out.
It's like the first time ever they did a purge. Like people are freaking the fuck out over it. We saw the. I heard they were making it, but we saw the trailer for it. We went to see Solo. It looks badass.
Wow.
There's a lot more action.
Yeah, there's people going out buying guns. They're having sales, stuff like that. Other people leave the country. They're like literally flipping shit, and it shows like the person that actually goes to Congress and goes to the president and say we need to do this, and convinces them that we need to do this.
I'm interested.
I've only ever seen the first one.
The second one was good. It was different. It was a little bit more conspiracy-ish.
Yeah.
But this one is even more conspiracy-ish. Because they want it to work so badly. Like there's not enough participation, but they want it to work. And it has to work. And they showed it in the trailer. Like they send out soldiers, like special ops soldiers dressed as regular people. And they start killing people randomly.
Oh.
To cause the mass
To cause more of it because they want it to succeed so badly. It's fucking cool, dude. Really fucking cool. I'm all about it.
Population control.
A lot of things.
It's not too far out of the realm of possibility.
No.
Especially China.
Well,
Our planet can't sustain 7 billion people. It's not very long.
I feel the same way about every time we have a major disaster. That it's a population control thing. Think about how the last tsunami we had, or the earthquake in Japan. How many people did it take out?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a less of a carbon footprint. That changes the
You would
context.
think, no, because you would think if it was a directed thing,
Yeah.
they would hit somewhere that's a huge population center. Like
Yes and no.
China, India.
Right, but that would be overly obvious. So they hit other parts of the
It'd
world.
be like the worst tragedy to ever
That giant
happen on
tsunami
the planet.
that was that
100 million people die, or
right.
a billion.
All right. Katrina,
Mm-hmm.
right? For instance, how many people died from that? And where exactly did it hit? Right on the thing.
Yeah.
Right where.
But even that, like, that was a tragedy. That's horrible.
That was a tragedy, yes. But what I'm
But
saying
that
is,
was
is it hit?
looking at the big picture, that's a small dent.
Yes, a small dent, but a large dent in that section of the country's. I don't want to say lower income communities.
No.
They'd hit them directly on.
Something that would be enough to affect, like, the total population is something like a war. World
Or a
War One,
virus.
World War Two, the virus, the plague.
Right.
The plague wiped out, I think, between 60 and 75% of Europe. Like all people living in Europe at the time.
Yeah,
60% to 75% died. And there are some areas where it was 80, 90%.
Yeah, but this way, if they do it with the weather, they do it through how they're doing it, tornadoes, hurricanes, or whatever.
Now you're getting into like geostorm, where like we can
Well, what do you think it was?
we can control the weather.
That's what it was based on. It was based on the HARP conspiracy. Supposedly they've had this thing that could, fix the weather, and they were talking about what, in the 1800s? They had been, heavily working on it and started doing little things. You think of a virus and you think of something like that, a plague released into the thing. That's not controllable. I don't care what they say. That is not controllable.
If you develop it yourself before releasing it, yes, because obviously if you made it, then you also made a vaccine or
Yes.
a way to contain it.
Right.
But
But you don't want mass shutdowns of economies. You're talking about mass economy shutdowns.
Do you know how much money people make off of economies crashing?
Oh, a lot. They make a lot of money off
No,
oil.
they do want that. They want that a lot. Because people get ridiculously rich off of that.
I think a little at
Yeah,
a time.
like cancer treatment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now you're going into a whole nother thing.
Treatment. Well, it's about.
They don't want to cure. They
money,
want. They want to
curing.
treat. They don't want to cure. They want to treat.
I know a guy recently.
There's no money in cures because then
Right.
you don't need it anymore. They give you a cure, you don't need anything from them anymore.
I know somebody who just recently came down
Give
with
them
cancer.
treatment, make you come back.
And he went and had an operation done. They thought they got it all. I'm not going to say his name. But now he's sitting down and saying you might have to go on to chemo. I cringed when I saw that. It was on his face. It was on his Facebook post.
Chemo's fucking terrible.
It destroys
Chemo
you.
destroys your body.
There's nothing good that can come from chemo.
That's
Very seldom.
and radiation. Doesn't radiation cause cancer?
Yes.
We're going to use radiation to attack cancer.
Right.
That makes absolutely no sense to me. My dad had cancer.
No, my dad did too. He had prostate cancer.
He beat it, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, they went in, took it out, shot him with chemo on the way out, and it's been 10 years, I think.
But until he gets regular checkups, though, right?
He should.
You ever had that done? Those tests? Like, you know.
Hmm?
You had one of those?
Mm-mm.
Prostate test?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, let me tell you about how not fun that is. I'm telling you this from a gay man.
I wouldn't think you'd have a
Standpoint.
problem with that.
Yeah, I know. You would think I'd be all about somebody sticking their fingers in my ass. I'm not.
No, that wasn't a prostate thing, it was a bladder.
Oh, sure.
And so it wasn't, basically they put a camera with, tools and everything up his urethra,
Oh.
up into his bladder, cut the cancer out, squirted some chemo in there, and then back out.
And how many times did he have to do that?
Just once. Well, that was the surgery, was the one time. Before that, they just sent the scope up there. And he was awake for that.
But they numbed him, didn't they?
Yeah, but it didn't help much.
Can't numb everything.
Yeah.
You know.
So that's the worst part, was going past your prostate. That's like, they tell you, oh, you're going to feel a little pinch when we go past there. And he said it wasn't no fucking pinch. It was like a punch in the...
That's how they test for the clap. They stick a Q-tip.
I was going to use
Like a
your word,
swab.
but I couldn't remember it.
Yeah, they do a swab.
Swab. Well, no. I mean, the cotton part is about this big, but they literally shove it in your urethra, leave it there for 5 minutes, and then twist it.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
had that.
And
That's
then pull it
fucking
out.
terrible.
Yeah, I have that done too. Very, very, very painful.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like, and it's sore for like 2 days.
What's funny though is, looking back on the Q-tip's not as big as you think it is.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's a normal size Q-tip. It's just a long one.
Mm.
It's one of those. It's like a normal width. It's just long. But when it's happening, you think the thing's fucking this big around because of where it's going into. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks pretty bad.
Fuck that shit, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to go through that again.
Some people are into that.
So,
They call it sounding.
well, I'm just glad that we're together and I don't have to worry about that again.
Like a bird.
Is that how it goes? Is that what? Is that like a special effect that you're doing?
Yep, free.
Stella,
No copyright.
You want up, baby? You want up, baby?
I want to be on TV.
You want to be on TV, honey? Hi. Hi, babies.
What's those?
What are you doing, Jaja?
Hi. There's new people in the house. Hi.
Hi. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you give kiss kiss.
They're getting anxious.
Give kiss kiss. No? No kiss kiss? No kiss kiss? Come here. Kiss kiss.
Anxious dog.
Thank you. Thank you, Peppy. You want to get up here?
No.
You want to
I'm
come up?
gonna scratch this kid.
Where's your boyfriend? Give me a kiss kiss. Give me a kiss kiss. Say hi. Say hi, everybody. Say hi. Yeah. You go, girl. I feel like we should bring Chris in for a while too. Like we switch out.
You want to?
Like
Yeah.
tag him.
Yeah, maybe we should do that too. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Get the fuck out of the chair.
No, I'm good, thanks.
No,
I'm
Really?
I'm good in this chair.
why?
Ooh.
He's gonna pass.
You see
He's
that?
gonna pass.
See that camera? I
Yeah.
bet it's expensive. You don't want it to break as soon as I walk in the frame.
Oh, you're funny.
Wow. I have so many jokes right now.
Do it. I heard you.
No.
I heard you wouldn't.
That's funny given the events of last night.
That's what I was saying. That's
Yeah.
where I was gonna.
Wait a minute. Hold
Come
on.
up with this.
Time
No,
out.
no, 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 no. You're behind the screen. Shut the fuck up.
We can visit this.
You're behind
So
the camera. Shut the fuck up.
we were at a establishment last night.
Pool hall.
Yeah,
Having some beers with friends.
yeah.
Just some guys
Trying
being
to,
bros.
Give
Had talked my younger brother about
women.
birds and the bees.
Mm-hmm. Had a thing between his knees. Or her knees.
What was the gist of
The gist was
the epic speech from Rob?
I believe the
Half
gist of
drunk.
it. I was not half drunk. I was comfortably buzzed.
You were getting there.
No, I was comfortably buzzed.
I was feeling it for all y'all, so it's okay.
Yeah, you were. Those fucking shots, dude.
That's why I did it.
Oh, what are they
I had
called?
AD. What?
What were they called?
I had 2 shots of Jack Daniels.
No. The ones we had.
Oh,
The breakfast shots?
Holy shit. It was
Jameson and orange juice.
Jameson and orange juice.
Chaser of orange juice.
Oh my god. It tasted like maple. Tasted like maple syrup, pancakes, and like breakfast sausage. They was fucking delicious. But that last one I had, I tasted more Jameson, and I was
Yeah, James.
I can't drink that shit. I can't drink hard liquor like that. Like only certain ones. Oh, let's not go off topic. Let's go back on the topic of what the gist was of Chris's lack of confidence.
Lack of confidence.
And his general style that
Or attire.
that could be tweaked slightly, and how to talk to women and play the game, because it is a game. It is a game no matter what it is, whether it's a game with women or a game
It's a chase.
with dudes. Everybody likes to be chased. You like to be chased. If a woman was chasing you, shit, you'd be all about that. You'd be like, you want the dick?
That'll never happen.
Do you like my erection selection?
Yeah, see? Totally Ruben. That's what he said. Totally Ruben.
He said,
Right there. That's half your confidence problem right there.
Oh, I'm gonna break the camera walking into the frame.
Oh no, I'm so awesome, but I'm never gonna get a girl. I'm never gonna gain you any quality.
So you want to get on camera and defend yourself?
No,
Come on.
it's alright.
Don't be a panty waste.
Sorry. Don't force it.
This isn't my thing. I'm just observing.
You're observing.
Yeah. It's
You're-
supposed to be y'all's thing. How did this...
I don't know. I just figured, since you were back there, I figured we'd just enter you into the conversation.
I'm content.
Fuck it.
I will speak my voice from behind it.
I do it.
God!
gosh, it's fucking silent.
God! Leaker is my favorite animal.
I can't do that. very well.
Strange.
Do your English accent.
No.
Do
we're
it.
Not, we're not doing that today.
Do your English accent,
We're not doing
please.
No, we're not
Come
doing
on.
that. I'm with him on this one. We're not doing that.
Come on, it's so good.
I'll do it if you do it.
You sound so.
No, he's just saying that because I sound like
No, I really will.
crap.
I'll give it the best I got, I swear.
And I do, and he tells me that it's
Go ahead.
worse.
I want you to do it. I want
Nope.
everyone to
No,
see how awesome
no,
it is.
No, let's get back on top.
We're done with that topic.
Nope. Let's stick to the set list.
Come on, darling.
Let's
Set
not
list.
do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
buddy.
you like that shit?
What? Shit.
Was there a set list?
There was
I
no.
didn't
There was
know
no
about?
set list.
Did you have this planned out
No.
previously?
There was no. There's.
Everything is planned out.
There's no specific planning.
Nah.
It's
Just
just
trying to
it's
diverge
just-
the.
It's just ranting and whatever pisses you off and whatever, excites you
Or
or.
tickles your pickle. It doesn't have to be a rant.
Heyo.
I don't even have anything for that. I don't have anything. Pickle Rick. I don't even have anything for that. I don't have anything. You're the one who wanted to have the topics when you came on.
No.
Says
I
who?
didn't. I
You're
asked you.
supposed to have some?
No, I asked
Like
if you
homework?
had something in mind that you wanted to touch on. And
Oh, yeah.
that was the luxury cars, buying cheap tires, and
It just pisses me. It just pisses me
that
off
is
in general.
fucking stupid.
It just pisses me off in general. Customers in general just.
But yeah, and then driving on the highway, we've seen so many bald tires.
Mm.
I have a story if you would like to hear it.
Go ahead.
On the other side. Just kidding. It doesn't have to be.
Okay, so anyways,
Mm-hmm.
William pulls his car in today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind these rims are 19 inches.
Okay.
All three, except for the right front, look the same. He's like, come here and tell me if this looks weird. So I go over, he's like, read that tire size. 215, 55, 17. He's like, let me go read your back. 245, 55, 19s. Yeah. They blew out their axle. Their tire irons are gone. Yeah.
Mm.
It was
What kind of car was it?
Lexus, I think.
Older?
I don't remember.
Older or newer?
It was older. Well, I wouldn't say it's old, but I wouldn't say it's new either.
You know,
And they had the wheel in the back too. That was great.
I want to blame them, but I don't want to blame them at the same time. Okay, I don't think people are just they're not educated enough about things. They don't realize that this is literally engineering. It's literally physics. It's weight distribution.
I want to know how they didn't feel that.
They probably did, and they probably just kept going and going and going until something happened.
It's gotta be like,
A lot of people don't care.
clearly.
Is that as long as they can get from point A to point B, home to work, work to home, they don't give a shit. You know, that's why I think they should bring back state inspections. You know, where if somebody has tires that are like this bald, you know, we should be able to put a mechanics lien on their vehicle. How many accidents we would save?
You know, I used to hear about that when I was getting my license and stuff, but I've never actually seen one performed or had one done.
A mechanics lien?
No, an inspection, an actual true.
We don't
They-
have inspections. We don't have them in Florida.
They had them in.
We didn't have them in Ohio either.
That's what I'm saying. I've heard about it. I just
Well,
never
they had them in
seen it.
Florida. I think it was the mid '80s is when they got rid of it. Because I moved down here at the beginning of the '90s, and they didn't have them. Then people were talking about how oh we had this blah 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 blah.
Yeah, but that's more money that we have to give to the government
Yes, but
when they already take money out of our paychecks. They take money from everything we buy. They take money from our house every year, property taxes.
I would
How
think
much more fucking money do you want to give them? You want to do state inspections now? It's ridiculous. They get enough.
I don't
They
know.
get plenty.
I'm not looking at it from that standpoint. I'm looking at it from the standpoint of how it would benefit the economy in general, and how it would decrease the amount of accidents, the amount of accident-related deaths.
Florida already charges a ridiculous amount of money for title and tax.
Oh, they did.
and stuff.
They do. Somebody told me that it cost them like $80 to renew their registration recently.
Mm-hmm.
$80 to renew it for 1 year. So all the person behind the counter goes, "Okay, you're done. Here's a sticker."
Yeah.
That cost me less than a penny to make. It's just obscene, And I swear to God, every year Florida's shit goes up and up and
It
up.
goes up. It just keeps going up.
You know, and now they're doing now they have this new driver's license. So everybody's got to get the new driver's license. That's more money that they're forcing you to pay out of your pocket to do stuff. I don't know. If they were going to bring
It's
state,
supposed to be like fraud copy control.
yeah,
It has like 3 different points and
if they were going to do state inspections, they would have to balance it differently. I don't think anybody would point blank say, okay, just add the state inspections to what we have going on already. They would probably have to decrease the sales tax to balance some of it. Because people aren't going to take that shit.
I'm just against it.
I'm not.
I'm 100% against it.
And
And I'm a mechanic, and I would make money off of it.
A lot of money.
Still against it.
Mm.
Still against it.
Well,
Because I'm also a car guy.
I know that, but you have these idiots out there that are not responsible. They're not good at adulting. You know, they're driving their kids around in a fucking minivan you know, with mud for coolant in the radiator. You know, and that's okay to them. That's not acceptable.
Well, we do have, if the car is unsafe,
Mhm.
we can keep it. Like, we can
But
not release it back to the customer.
right, but
If it's unsafe.
But any particular company is not going to enforce that. It's liability. Because technically, and which is the actual law, you can say your tires are this smooth. You know, do not drive this car. It is not safe to be on the road. You have threads and wires showing. It's about to explode. You need to tow this vehicle. You cannot drive this on the road. You have to give them the keys. You have to. You cannot withhold somebody's property.
You can.
You cannot.
I'm pretty sure you can.
You can't.
If it's not safe to be on the roads, I think we're legally allowed to.
I'm gonna have to relook that up.
We have to look it up.
I'll have to look at that up.
I've heard that. Because then we're liable as the shop for if they go down the road on bald tires with no brakes and whatever else, and they smash into a minivan and kill somebody's family.
Right.
That's on us too.
Right, but that's why.
But we let them leave with their vehicle like that.
But we're not liable because as long as we recommend any shop, no matter who it is, if they recommend it and put it in a decline line or write a memo, customer advised, vehicle is not safe for road use, blah 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 blah. That paperwork that comes out of the printer that they sign, not only for their charges, but that they are signing that they are agreeing to that. They are responsible from then on out. We told them.
I think it's that plus you can also just deny service because it's unsafe, right? And then you can give them the option to do the service or not. And they can sign.
Well, we've been told recently that we're not allowed to refuse service to anyone. We're not allowed to, period.
So you could still do like the oil change even though their tires are bald, like that?
I had someone come in the other day and they had not even a drop of oil in their dipstick. Like, at all. So, which means there's what, about half a quart in the engine or a quart? So, at that point, and I will check 3-4 times to try and get something on that dipstick. And if there's nothing on the dipstick, kick rocks. I can't do your change. Sorry. And it's liability.
Well, that's not so much safety as...
No, that's not safety. That's...
You know, we don't want to buy that customer a new engine for their car.
Right, that's liability. But if you let them know, point blank, this is not safe. This is your tire. I had one the other day. Your tires are coming apart. And you write it all down. They sign it. They see it. You point it out. Say you're signing because you're taking the vehicle as is. You've been explained the dangers of it. Blah blah blah. You're no longer liable. They signed off on it. That's their problem. Would I feel horrible about if somebody got hurt? Absolutely. But there's nothing I can do about it. I cannot hold their car. We don't have state inspections. So it's on them and their insurance company. It has nothing to do with us whatsoever. And that's really all they care about. Yeah, companies want to make money. They want to find stuff. They want to make people safe. I want to make people safe.
No.
But if they don't want to do it, they can't do it, and they can't do it. There's nothing I can do about it. It is what it is. So I don't know why are we talking so much about tires? I don't know.
That's what you decided you wanted to talk about.
All right, so we're back again because we had to change the battery, and we were outside talking apparently about your daughter.
Oh, we're not doing the fluoride thing?
We'll do the fluoride thing for a minute, but I want to discuss the fact that you're 5. Is she 5?
She's 4.
She's 4 years old. She doesn't. Mommy listens to country music. She doesn't like country music. She doesn't like rap.
She can tolerate it. She does not like hip hop, rap.
But she likes metal.
She fucking loves metal.
And she sings the lyrics to Slipknot songs.
And others, yeah. But
Slayer?
no.
What? Examples.
Like what?
Mabel Cunt.
You put me on the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the point. Well, you said one of the songs was off the Gray Chapter Slipknot.
Yeah. Slipknot, I can never remember the song name.
Oh God, you're gonna kill
You
me.
know what song I'm talking about?
It's my favorite band, and I'm not even gonna remember it.
Yep. Thank you.
Oh shit. Die love me.
Yeah.
Die love me. He doesn't quite do it like that, but
Dahlia love me.
But when she did it, it was like so sweet and innocent. Until she said fucking. And I was like,
Yeah.
what the hell is happening in the backseat right now?
so it's as cool as
My
like
4-year-old daughter in the back seat. I fucking love me.
Die you fucking love me.
Well, then right
No, she was
after, we
screaming
just kind
it,
of looked at each other.
It
and
was
she's
pretty
like,
awesome.
It's okay to say that because it's in the song, right?
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
Alright, so I don't know much about this, so what?
Alright, so
is this?
I'm not saying it's fluoride, but it's fucking fluoride.
Yeah.
Alright,
What
so
The frog's gay.
it's what? What?
It turned the freaking frog's gay.
It turns the frogs gay.
Alex
Alex Jones.
Jones. We're gonna get like sued.
Oh, I
Infowars.com.
wish.
Alright, so
Prison Planet.
behind the eyes in the middle of the brain there's a gland called the pineal gland. And it looks like a pine cone. In fact, there is crazy amounts of ancient civilizations again that actually have statues of it. It's on drawings. The Egyptians, Sumerians, Mayans.
That's where your soul's hidden.
Yeah, that's what they say that too. But they have like statues where the statues are holding a pine cone. And the belief is that that's the actual third eye. And you can reach different frequencies within your body. You can heal yourself. And there's other things that can come with it like telekinesis and clairvoyance and things like that. But the belief is that all these different ancient civilizations have been able to use this, including the Egyptians, to better their lives as a whole. But if you want to go into the conspiracy theory of the Illuminati and the New World Order and
what does
stuff,
this have to do with tap water?
So they put fluoride in tap water.
they've been doing it since the 50s, 40s.
Supposedly.
Now, also, fluoride is also hazardous to us, and it was radioactive waste that they didn't know what to do with. But they did
But
find...
it's supposed to protect our teeth from rotting. Which is why you get fluoride treatments at the dentist.
And
fluoride is in
toothpaste.
toothpaste.
Mhm.
Which I'm sure if you just applied it to your teeth, it would probably be okay.
Right,
But
it's in
they
drinking
put
water.
it straight in tap water.
And with that and the other chemicals, it actually calcifies.
The pipe.
You can look this up. There's tons of articles on it. There's tons of medical articles on it. It calcifies the pineal gland. I've seen pictures of before and after where like half the pineal gland literally
See, I
is
didn't
covered in
know
white
that
thing.
you could reverse it.
You can reverse it.
But from what I've heard, the pineal gland is like, if once that calcifies, it affects like your drive.
Yes,
like,
everything.
To, like, you're a musician, it would affect your drive to play music and want to be
Yes.
famous. And
Imagination as
tour
well.
And whatever else. Your imagination.
And
like,
being analytical, it affects everything.
innovation.
How do you reverse it? And let's do it right now.
You can do it over time. Part of it is like, for instance, like the thing we got for the water. Instead of feeding the dogs the shit water that comes out of the tap that smells like asshole, we bought the thing that takes forever to filter it, and we can measure the chemicals in it.
Yeah, supposedly this thing called zero water, it takes the longest to filter because it has multiple stages.
Mhm.
And I don't know if the meter is actually accurate, but the meter reads zero.
We measured the water that was in there, then we measured some bottled water, and then we measured the tap water. The bottled water was like 80, number 80. Excuse me.
Our tap water is about 330.
Yeah.
And that's what?
That's-
Fluoride, or that's just...
Any material, any mineral, anything, and any
Dangerous levels of
impurity,
minerals and impurities.
anything in the water. That's just the
But
measurement.
the government or the FDA has set forth that 500 and below is safe.
Yes.
500.
That's what, like parts per million?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But
And there's a few states like Arizona that have that high number
Right.
because of just the location. There's like
what was the place in Michigan? Was it Flint?
Flint.
Flint that had the
Flint
fucked
doesn't
up.
have drinkable water.
No, at all. So if we took this measurement thing, got a glass of Flint, Michigan
It'd
water.
probably
Put
be
it
at
in.
least in the thousands.
Probably. But the whole thing was that, I mean, every time I get the dog's water, it smells so bad, and I don't want to. We've changed their diet to better
Are you city
diet.
here or well?
No, we're city.
City.
Really?
Yeah. There
But
are.
even then, sometimes they put up the flyers that say there's contamination, so you have to boil your water.
Yeah, it was when they bust up a pipe or something like that.
Want you to think.
But I thought, you know what? I drink
Florida.
bottled water. I drink healthier water. Why am I going to feed my dogs this shit water?
Right.
You know, it doesn't cost that much to do it. So I said, fuck it. You know, let's just do it. But you test it, and then you look at the levels, and then finding out that information from the FDA. Even 500, that's a lot.
If you taste the bottled water and then if you taste that water, you can tell
There's a difference.
It's just absolutely bland and it tastes like there's nothing in it.
I mean, there's still good minerals and things that are
yeah,
already
like I
in the
heard
water.
magnesium's good for you.
Right.
That's in water.
It doesn't take out the good stuff. It takes out all the shit that shouldn't be there. Basically, that's the whole point.
I'm a little skeptical of stuff like that because how does it decipher from?
Because it's the like charcoal is one of the biggest elements that they use to filter anything. It makes everything pure. Same with like fire.
That's
Fire
why
charcoal.
they're now doing those masks and all that with charcoal.
Right, it takes out impurities. But when you use it as a filter, not enough of the charcoal comes through to harm you. It's all pretty much a rock. That's what it's for. But it goes through and it basically catches everything. But there's different levels. Like we researched pure, Brita, all of those things. None of them were as good as this one.
Yeah.
Now, granted, this could be bullshit too. It's not like a lot of marketing shit is.
So no, the fluoride thing has been
The fluoride thing is absolutely true.
a long time. People.
Right. Now, there are cities that don't put fluoride in the water anymore because of the harmful effects. There's been lawsuits after lawsuits about it. So,
It's not just water though. I mean, think of all the shit they put in our food.
well, yeah, there's the chemicals, but
They spray the vegetables with
Right.
like certain pesticides.
Yeah.
there's the pesticides too, and that was one of the
Antibiotics and all
Right.
the meat.
that was one of the things they had mentioned that I had researched about to decalcify it is trying to go to organic, as much as possible. You know, because of the pesticides, because of all the chemicals and the hormones and everything like that they put in them. You know, and it takes time to decalcify a gland, but it can be done. I mean, they were actually showing X-rays of people's, like MRIs, and it's a white spot in the middle of the brain. It's not something that you can ignore, and I guess a lot of doctors also use it as a pinpoint. You know, okay, well, there's this mass here in the brain. What is that? That could be a brain tumor or something like that. Well, there's the middle because there's the pineal gland. It's completely white and calcified. And they take them out. When they take them out of the brain, they're like a rock, and it's completely covered white. It's completely calcified.
See, I don't understand how that could possibly be reversed. If it's calcified, it's like
Just like when you
it's like a fossil. Like bringing a fossil back to life. I
no,
don't think that's
no,
possible.
it's the same thing as
Maybe like it's frozen.
not frozen. Just
Like as a metaphor.
think of it as like a piece of chicken that gets mold on it. Something that gets mold on it. You can unmold
I
it.
said hard mold.
Right.
Calcium mold.
Honestly, yeah. But all right, people who smoke, say you get
like your lungs.
like anybody, like my parents' lungs.
Yeah, but there's
But-
a difference between your lungs being full of junk and tar and nasty shit from smoking, and
But it still can be reversed.
an organ being calcified. That's like
Right, but I'm not talking
the
about.
actual
Because anything-
tissue itself. would
Anything
be-
that is calcified, like,
solidified.
has it been
But-
tested to be reversed? Like if it can
Right.
be reversed out on a tray, then you could do the same thing.
It's the
to
same
that.
thing.
But I don't know if it's been tested on like other things.
I don't know if they've tested on animals or not. Most of the ones that I've seen were actually human pineal glands. But
You were a mortician. You ever cut anybody's brain up?
no, unfortunately not. I mean, I've seen splatter. I mean, I've seen like half heads and shit like that, but I've never been able to have a chance to go into a brain and look for a pineal gland and stuff like that. I've seen some fucked up shit, dude. Fucked up shit. I lied. That was a great job. It's like a fucking horror movie. You get one of the funeral directors that calls you and they're like, hey, we just got a motorcycle victim in. I mean, you feel horrible for the person. I mean, it's horrible that it happened to them. But you go down, it looks like a fucking horror movie. Literally, like half their fucking head is missing.
Someone has to deal with it.
Yeah. Yeah, and it never bothered me.
It's unnecessary.
Like waste
service.
management, someone has to do
Someone
it.
has to do the trash. But that was the thing, it's never bothered me. I could walk into like the medical examiner's freezer, there's like 200 bodies in there. And they're not even covered. And I'm like, whatever. They're dead.
They're dead.
I'm not
Until
scared.
they move.
Well, yeah, bodies move anyway.
Yeah.
It's because of the gases. There's always, the body continually releases gases.
So gets scared.
My father had told me about a funeral home he was painting, and one of the bodies went, and then sat up. And he was like, holy shit! But there was a lot of buildup of gas in the stomach, and it came out through his esophagus, hit the vocal cords, and made the sound. And it sat up because it kind of pushed the body when it was released. Yeah, obviously not a zombie or anything like that. What?
Like, because the nerves and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
No,
There's-
thank you.
There's a crazy amount of gas.
No.
Right?
I was reading this article that said that there's a field somewhere in Texas or something. And then just
The
leave
body
bodies.
farm.
Yeah, it's a body farm.
body
Just leave
farm.
bodies out,
I've heard that.
let them rot under like different conditions and stuff, just to see
Yeah.
like decomposition.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a school. They
Yeah.
study that.
The FBI that's doing it.
It's still weird. Just bodies just laying all over the place.
Well, I mean,
Well, how else are they going to figure out like how to tell if the body's been there for 3 days or 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Or,
Well, I know, that's why.
sun
I knew
damage,
that.
and
I'm just
rain,
saying,
and
could you imagine accidentally stumbling upon that?
Oh my God.
there's
oh,
bodies.
that's what it was.
I don't
Speaking
think-
of rain
We took
damage
the
and
wrong
sun.
turn.
what?
The pyramids. That's what we were talking about.
Oh, the erosion on the pyramids. That they were possibly, the whole thing was like, what, half covered in water? Or completely submerged?
Yeah. But basically, the theory is that the pyramids and the Sphinx are way older than anything else in Egypt.
How
They're
new
built
is this information
differently, and the only thing with the Sphinx is the Sphinx was recarved. The head of it, the
Yeah.
face, wasn't always what it is now. It was recarved to that.
So it softens because of the water erosion.
Well, just the way it's been eroded. Like a geologist actually looked at that and said, this has to be older
That's fucking crazy.
because there's water.
You're
There's
saying the Sphinx face?
Yeah.
well, the
What,
whole
that-
Sphinx, but the Sphinx's face
Was it under? I don't know. The
has been
previous-
recarved from what it was originally.
So basically what they're doing is they're testing.
What does that mean? Like it was underwater?
Right.
Like people recarved the Sphinx's face.
After it was not submerged anymore.
Yeah.
But it goes in line with the thought process of the frequency of the water and the possible electricity that they had.
Yeah, that was the one episode we watched all
Yeah.
about all that. It was
I'm
crazy.
telling you, that episode
Yeah.
on Netflix, it's the Pyramid Code. Fucking insane, man.
Yeah.
Like
Some of that
those
information I've never
aquifers
heard.
And then certain points that go into the pyramid that they don't think
Yeah,
are
well, it's
tunnels, but-
over an aquifer,
Yeah.
and then it's got these chutes and stuff, and these rooms, and they found copper wire, copper cable inside.
I
What?
didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. There's this whole thing about like the Earth having ley lines or something.
Well,
Like points of gravity.
And
And,
basically, it was free wireless electricity, and that was what Nikola Tesla
Was
was
working on.
trying to do. And supposedly,
trying to get
he
funded.
perfected it. He had the ability to the whole country, maybe the whole world,
Yeah, he just needed funding.
free electricity
No one
wirelessly, and he needed funding, and so he was trying to get the money from J.P. Morgan.
But JP Morgan wanted to make money off of it.
So he went with Edison.
And Edison said, "Hey, I
We'll
put
make
this
some
inside a device, and we can charge."
And
people
basically
for it."
Edison stole Tesla's idea as a whole anyway.
Yeah.
And that was even Family Guy made a joke about it. I'm Thomas Edison. Oh, that's mine. I invented that. That's what I thought it was. Electricity. I invented that.
Anyone that worked under him, he
Yeah.
just took their
He
shit.
took their ideas.
So,
Look it up. Edison was a douche. I think that was the song that was on. It's true. There's the town that we live in, or that's near us right now, because he has a winter home here next to another big wig,
Ford.
Ford. glorifies and deifies him as this god when he wasn't.
No.
But it's lack of information.
He was trying to do. He started some stuff.
Yeah, wasn't an idiot. He was a brilliant guy.
He was the first guy that actually like wired people's homes for electricity, and he wired them up. He made the lights and everything, and then he had a generator that powered it all.
And he did create a certain kind of light bulb.
He ran everything on direct current.
And he invented the filament light bulb. He did invent the filament light bulb, for certain.
Whereas Tesla designed the alternating current.
Right.
He made a machine that
was renewable.
The output was alternating current. So that's why, like, with direct current, that's the shit that shocks the fuck out of you. And that's like you hit a power line and you're toast.
Yeah.
Well, alternating current is the kind that will, like,
didn't they, like, stick the
like
pole
a Tesla
into
coil where he could, like, get zapped by it and it didn't hurt him.
He, like, put it in the ground and then it used, like, the ground's magnetic field.
Right.
Yes.
Ground it and
It just used earth, but there's no profit.
Right. The same thing what we're talking about with the cancer. There's no profit, so why would you give something away for free when you can make money off of it?
So the theory with the pyramids was that the pyramid was actually a power plant that generated electricity, and then there would have been, and I think maybe it's those tall obelisks.
Using as
those
conductors.
Are the receivers.
Possibly.
And they have like drawings, carvings, or whatever. They have these big, huge things that look like light bulbs.
What I'm curious about too is the fact that if that was the case, but every single pyramid is in line with a constellation specifically, even the ones that are like 5 to 10 miles away, they're all in a specific line. Now,
well, right now they're not.
Right now
they're a little bit off, and that's part of the pyramids and the Sphinx are older than they say, because the last time they actually lined up perfectly was like I think 30,000 years ago.
So how long before they line up again? And will it turn anything on?
I don't think the alignment matters. I think they lined them up like that because that was part of their religion back then, or maybe they were from that. That's one of the theories. Is they're from that constellation.
That's all the fucking video.
Yeah.
All right. Was it now?
But the generating electricity thing is all here on Earth. It doesn't have anything to do with the alignment of the stars. But the last time the 3 pyramids were perfectly aligned with Orion's belt like that was like 30,000 years ago.
Now Joe Rogan was talking about, and even showing pictures about how there were certain civilizations that knew the size and look of specific constellations and planets.
The Sumerians knew that they said there was 12.
Right.
We know of 11, actually 10 now, because they just decided Pluto's not a fucking planet anymore.
Yeah.
But
I thought they brought it back.
there's no way, not only did they know how many planets there were, they knew the order.
Right.
But what's funny is, so Earth, to us, we're the 3rd planet. Right? So we're the 3rd planet from the sun. To them, we were the 7th. Because we were the 7th planet they passed from outside of our solar system.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That blows my fucking mind.
Every time the Sumerians referenced our planet, they call it the 7th planet, not the 3rd.
But what gets me out of all of the things is how in the fuck do they know the size of the fucking planets? The makeup, the which one's first kind of a thing. They didn't have fucking telescopes.
Right.
They didn't even have the technology to make the fucking telescopes. This is before Galileo, before all of that.
Right. We didn't discover, I mean, if you don't count them, we didn't discover all the planets until a couple hundred years ago.
Right.
Or not even. I think some of them not even until this, or the 1900s, like 1930s or 50s. Or
okay. So let's connect that. Okay, because another one of those things with the pineal gland was the ability to basically home in on your frequency, or the frequencies of different dimensions, and actually do astral projection. So if the ancient civilizations, obviously before all the chemicals, before all the fluorides and everything else, the dumbing down of of human population basically, because if we had all these abilities, we would pretty much be able to take over. And
We'd be a lot harder to control.
Correct. So if they had these abilities, they could literally astral project themselves
I don't know.
and see these things. And well, I'm stretching. It's a
Yeah.
huge stretch. Beyond
From what I've heard about the pineal gland, it affects like
everything.
it affects your drive.
Right.
It affects your want to do things.
But it also affects
like
your creative side
something's
as well.
bothering you, you get up and you fucking do something about it.
Right.
And nowadays nobody does that.
No. But it also affects you
How much
creative side.
fucked up shit goes on in this country, in this world now, and nobody does anything about it. They sit around and bitch,
Right.
complain. They make a Facebook post. They make a video. They protest.
Thoughts and prayers.
What is that doing?
Nothing.
Nothing ever changes.
No.
Back in the day, if you didn't like something and your neighbors didn't like it and people a block over didn't like it, everybody got together and they fucking did something about it.
The Tea Party, for instance. People can bitch and whine.
That's how we're even a country.
Right. Because we fought for something. We said
We didn't
no.
want to pay taxes to a king across an ocean.
Right. So we
And-
did something about it.
Now we're a country.
Mhm.
200 years later, we're paying more taxes. We
Yeah.
pay more taxes than
But now.
we make.
Right. Right.
And we're just like, oh, it's okay. Whatever. Because we're not hungry.
Well.
We're comfortable.
There's no.
We
There's.
eat. We have our nice cars.
Right. But there's
We
no.
have our little gadgets.
Americans are
Stupid
soft.
shit.
They're not willing to get together and really, and I'm not talking about the Million Man March. I'm not talking about, the feminist movement that they've done recently. I'm talking about millions of people, Americans, sacrificing themselves, their jobs, their way of life, to go and march on Capitol Hill and say, enough. That's enough. You are not going to do
Not
this to
enough,
us. It's
Well, almost didn't. Isn't that what happened with Egypt? Like everyone rioted.
Yeah.
There was like a whole.
Well, America is one of the only countries that when the government becomes ridiculously tyrannical, the people don't rise up. People have blinders on in this country.
The other countries don't do it either.
But they do it to a point.
No, we step in and we do something.
To a
about it. But
point.
it's not because they're tyrannical. It's not because they're chemical weapons on their own people. They don't give a shit about that. It's money.
It's always been about money.
It's okay. Well,
Money and oil.
Resources.
Yes, money and oil. Anything that's going to make them billions of dollars.
It's like Libya. So, and this is with everything going on with North Korea. The vice president said to them, like, if you don't fucking shape up, basically the same thing that happened to Libya is going to happen to you. What happened with Libya is we said you can't have nukes, quit being assholes, blah blah blah. So they said okay, and they supposedly dismantled all their shit. They had international inspection come in and make sure everything was gone, and then all of a sudden there was an uprising and their leader.
They did the same thing with Iraq. That's when Saddam disappeared, is because they went through their shit and he said, oh yeah, I dismantled this, I dismantled
He didn't
this.
disappear. We captured him and killed his ass.
Right, but what I'm saying is he up and disappeared first. And then we found him in his little fucking hole. But he had up and disappeared because they found everything and they knew they were coming after him. That's when he disappeared. He was like, oh, when they
Who
found
was
him.
it that they found someone in their house that they were searching for forever? That wasn't him.
That was
it?
Obama. No, Obama. Oh my God.
Shit. They got him.
Osama bin Laden.
Okay. I know there was someone who was like in their house, but we couldn't.
He was in a house. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was in like a normal house in fucking Pakistan.
Supposedly.
I think it's funny we've never seen a body because they're
Yeah.
like, oh, this country doesn't want it, and this country doesn't want it. Oh, we're just gonna drop it in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
Osama bin Laden's dead.
Yeah, never mind the fact that we gave first of all, we gave Al Qaeda the weapons.
We
that they
trained
had.
them.
We trained them to fight off the Russians, but this was back in the late 80s and 90s because the Russians were going over there and basically doing the same thing to them.
Uh-huh.
So we trained them, gave the weapons, did all this stuff, and then all of a sudden it was, you know, you know, we hate Americans.
They hate everything that's not Muslim.
Basically.
Because their religion isn't just to spread, like Christianity says, to spread the word of God.
And love and peace.
You know, I'm a Christian, you're not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to bring you into Christianity.
Correct.
Not by bashing your fucking head in,
Right.
but by
Chopping it
changing
up.
your heart.
Right. And if you're
Islam's
homosexual,
not like that. If you aren't on the same page as them,
Right.
they behead your ass.
and if they find out that you're homosexual, throw you off a building.
Stone you.
Or stone you, or cut your, like the Mexican cartels, they'll basically take a hacksaw and bring you to the middle of the street and start hacking your head off while you're alive. That's Islam. Mm-hmm.
A woman can't even accuse a man of rape without 2 male witnesses.
Correct.
Well, because they did it. So there's 3 of them.
It doesn't matter.
That's
It's
fine.
a completely male-run. Everything's a male-run country. It's horrible. What they do to women over there is absolutely fucking horrible. They have no voice. They have no nothing. They're literally the dirt on their feet. You don't fucking talk. You don't speak. You don't show any part of your body.
That's part. So all these refugees that come flooding into Europe, 90% of them are male.
Mm.
There's not many women and children in that. It's mostly dudes.
Yeah, but
Like younger, like 20s and 30s.
yeah, because they're free thinkers and they want to get away from
They're
it.
being sent to take over.
You think? Oh, now you're stretching.
No.
Why do you think they're the sleeper cells?
If our country got so fucking terrible that we were like, fuck this place isn't even worth fighting, we're gonna leave, we're gonna go to Canada.
Right.
Would it be a whole bunch of dudes? A whole bunch of 20s and 30s dudes? Guys? Men?
Maybe.
Fighting age? Fertile men? Or would it be families, women, children, everything?
You know-
it would be everything, not just...
It's funny actually that you mentioned that because I was just talking to somebody that lives in London.
That'd be like, would I escape the country and leave my wife and kid here?
Right.
And my dad and my brother and my mom? No. An entire family would come to the other country, not just males.
Yeah. The guy.
Fighting age, reproducing age males. Because it's genocide.
Yeah.
They are not only killing us, but breeding us out. That's the plan.
The guy I
Because
talked to
Muslims are easier to control than everything else.
Muslims are easier to control?
They're easier to control. They are the most fervorous religious group. All you have to do is say, Allah says this is how it needs to be, and they're like, okay, and they'll do it. They fucking blow themselves up to prove a point.
Yeah,
They're not afraid to die because they think they have 72 virgins waiting for them. They'll strap a fucking bomb to their chest and run at a army base. They don't give a fuck.
Well,
They'll do whatever they're told to do if it's in the name of their God.
the guy that
So they're very easy to control.
the guy I spoke with recently that was living in London was saying that, and he's only been away from London for maybe 5 or 6 years. He retired, moved over here, and was saying that the population, he called it a population problem with the Muslims, was out of hand, and that literally they were taking over like a virus.
The problem is, their culture does not mix with ours. You know, it's not about skin color and background and whatever else. I don't give a shit about that.
Well,
You know, if they came over here and we could all coexist and get along and be fine, it'd be awesome. But we can't.
no, but
Their culture and our culture do not
they don't.
mix.
But they don't want to
and they
mix.
can't.
They don't want to either as
Well,
well.
they don't want to. They don't want to.
No.
They're not going to come here and assimilate.
No, but and that goes back to even with most of the people in this country. Think about it. You have the parts of a city that are African American. You have parts of the city that are Asian,
Yep.
and you have parts of the city that let's talk
I think
about.
it's human
Let's
nature
mention
to
the one percenters and the elite.
Yeah.
It's human nature in general to find like people.
Right.
I agree.
Right.
But it's the same assimilation. And they don't want to assimilate with the melting pot that we have. They want the whole pot to be nothing but them.
Exactly.
They want to
They
spread.
don't want their piece.
And honestly, it's very similar, I want to say, to Nazi Germany. He had the same general idea. He wanted his
Yeah, I mean,
to be to
in
take
that
over.
way, yeah.
Yeah, in that specific way.
Yeah.
Not in lot
Like
of
it's
things.
us, and if you're not like us, then
Die.
get the fuck out.
Yeah. Kick rocks.
Yeah.
So. You look at his face. He's like, what the fuck did I get into?
Shit's intense, yo.
Shit's getting tense. My blood pressure's going up.
I feel like I don't have much to contribute.
Fluoride and
You
pyramids.
guys
That's
are just
exactly why I
We
just
should put that on a t-shirt.
you guys are just going at
Fluoride
it.
and pyramids.
I'm not saying it's aliens.
every day.
But it's aliens.
Every day.
It's a true story. It is every day.
Shit's intense.
It is.
No.
You look nervous, actually.
You guys got a lot to say.
Oh yeah, we could. God help us if we were drunk. It'd fucking never end.
Yeah.
A month later, we'd still be going. I don't have enough fucking batteries for
I
this
don't
camera.
have. I was about to say that. I don't have enough fucking batteries.
Well, this show has been.
I could live stream with my iPhone maybe. but
Right?
That's about it.
This show has been a pretty. This episode has been a pretty good, damn good success. This has been a really long
It's
episode.
very long. Yeah.
Very long.
So long.
So.
I think it was great.
Yeah, no, I think it's awesome. I mean, we could keep going for hours and hours and hours, but you know, obviously we don't want to do that. But the first episode was 18 minutes. I mean, it was basically just an
Wouldn't be
introduction.
that like an hour ago.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm thinking it's probably edging on an hour and a half.
Oh yes. So
I
So-
don't think anybody's even gonna watch this long.
No, I think so.
Oh yeah.
They might take.
Don't turn it off at 5 minutes. We'll find you and we'll kill you.
Ooh. Hey Liam. Neeson.
Well, if they turn off in 5 minutes,
Yeah, they would've never seen my
already
message.
an hour SOD.
Yeah, they would never. They don't care at this point.
Just take that part
Well,
and
there are
put it
some-
towards the beginning.
just a foreshadow.
Yeah.
It's just a foreshadow. We will find you, and we will kill you. We have a very particular set
I
of
knew you were gonna
skills.
go. I knew you were gonna go.
Well, no, there's people that I watch that they have long videos, and
Yeah.
I even just as background, like I don't even have to see them, but I just listen to it as I'm doing something.
Like Shane Dawson. Hey
The
guys!
same fucking shirt.
Same shirt. Change your fucking shirt, Shane Dawson. I cannot take it anymore.
That stupid red conspiracy
Oh.
theory shirt.
Every time he does a conspiracy theory video, he wears this fucking shirt. This red shirt.
He
The
never
man
did.
just bought a $250,000 fucking Mercedes G-Wagon, and he wears the same fucking shirt. I'm sorry, it triggers me. I tweeted him about it. If you don't change your shirt soon, send me a P.O. box. I will send you a shirt. It's triggering me. Why isn't Jenna Marbles made fun of him for it?
I think they're friends.
I know they're friends. I would be friends with Shane Dawson, but I would still comment on air about his fucking red shirt. It's triggering me. Why doesn't Ryland, please, please make him change that shirt.
I don't think they know who this is.
No, they don't know. Well, you know what? I'll probably fucking throw it on their page now
Maybe.
on Twitter.
Well, he does. He does conspiracy theory videos.
Hashtag fluoride and pyramids.
Oh my god.
Hashtag fluoride pyramids. Hashtag Shane Dawson's red shirt.
Hashtag.
Hey guys.
I'm sorry, man.
Yes, he
I
does.
cannot stand his voice.
Who?
Shane.
Shane Dawson. Hey, what's up, you
I don't
guys?
even know who you're talking about, to
I
be
want to
honest.
like jump.
He has some really good.
Sorry.
You need to watch.
Sorry, whoever the fuck you are, I don't know.
He has really good conspiracy theory videos. Seriously.
Yeah?
Like
They're
some really.
actually-
fun
I probably
shit.
watched
They're
them and just, I don't pay attention.
But when he does it all, he has this like super creepy music in the background.
He does the spooky.
Yes, he does it. He's like, "Hey you guys, we're gonna do a conspiracy theory about the scariest marshmallows we've ever seen and sterno caps that pop off. So let's start with this. It really bothered me a lot, but I'm gonna go ahead and show it
It's
to you
kind of like
anyway."
ASMR. I would love to do that.
I keep forgetting what that is.
I think I'm gonna do it by myself on my own channel. You just whisper and
You don't have a channel anymore.
I do.
This is the channel.
It's private. I have a
You have a private channel?
It's
Yes.
private. I would like you to
What else is private? What aren't you telling me?
You don't need to know.
What's his name? Yeah, I got you. I got you. Yeah.
His name is me.
Asian or?
Fuck you.
He's my
He
Asian.
said me, not May.
He's my Asian
Is it
taco.
Mailing.
Mailing. Oh, cream of young guy. Oh, I know about egg roll. Oh,
Love you a long time.
oh yeah. I want your egg roll. Oh, where's your duck sauce?
Are we gonna wrap this shit up or not?
I don't know. Are we?
Did you have fun?
Did you have fun?
I had a blast.
Great.
This
Good.
is fucking awesome.
I'm glad.
Good.
So, anything, Chris?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Well.
Shit.
Anyway, so
Oh, wait.
episode 3 is coming. Please hit like, subscribe to our channel. Hit. Really?
It's so corny.
Do you want?
Don't forget to smash that like button.
What?
I
No.
hate it.
No.
much.
Please hit
Just
subscribe.
do the stuff.
That helps the channel.
I know,
Jesus
but it
Christ.
sounds.
Okay, well then just be like, hey, fuckers.
Christ on a cracker! Shut the fuck up!
Like and subscribe.
Please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can know when our new videos come. Share if you love it. Please help us grow. What?
Nothing.
Oh, yeah. Anyway. Bye, y'all.
Bye, Felicia.
See it.